In this video, we are going to talk about karst topography. Now, whenever we mention karst topography, what this word karst or topography means, let's find out. Well, basically karst is a German word which is exactly from Yugoslavian term as kras means bare stony ground. The karst, the word is given after the special feature that is found on this region of Yugoslavia. So how does this topography forms? Basically, landform produced by chemical weathering of carbonated rocks such as limestone or gypsum with the help of groundwater flow, the erosional or depositional processes happens in this region. Now, what are the landforms that are formed with the help of erosional or depositional processes? We are going to find out next. Lapis. Lapis is kind of erosional landform that is happen, which is a consequences of this karst topography. Now, how does lapis looks like? It is kind of highly corrugated and rough surface, as you can see in this picture, which is characterized as limestone or gypsum or anything which has this ridge like numerous solution holes, and this is it looks like a finger, corrugated and rough surface with a finger. So that is what is called lapis. Now there are several terms that are used to describe this lapis, such as in North England it is known as klins or grikes, in German it is Karen, in Yugoslavia it is bogus. The next landform type is sinkhole. When the groundwater dissolves in the soluble rock, it creates a fracture or cave-like structure. Now solution hole is a pretty small hole which can be considered as 3 to 10 centimeter. Now this, as I've mentioned earlier, there are various solution holes, but the depth, the breadth or the depth are different, and the name gets changed on the basis of this centimeter or the depth or the length of those holes. Now swallow hole. This is after the sinkhole happens, the gradual enlargement of sinkholes due to dissolution of limestone results coalitions of closely placed sinkhole, such as if two sinkholes agglomerated in one place, it becomes a bigger hole which is called swallow hole. And then comes doline. Doline might be 1000 meters and depth can be 300 meters. And this swallow hole, whenever swallow hole further enlarged due to continuous solution, then it is known as dolines. As you can see in this picture, this is a kind of doline. This is doline as well. Now after doline, whenever the upper portion of the sinkhole or solution hole collapse down vertically, then a karst window formed. How does this window looks like? Like these are the solution holes or various kind of holes. When it is collapsed down on the vertically downwards, this upper portion became bare. From the vertically you can see the sky from below, so that creates an effect of window. So that is how karst window forms. Now there are several things like uvalas and polges. Now what are these? Both are extensive depression formed due to coalescence of doline. If two doline together forms a big hole, that is called uvalas or polges. Now what are the difference between this uvala or polge? Uvalas are up to 1 kilometer, whereas polges are having an area up to 258 kilometer. Now let's talk about ponor. Ponors are basically these vertical pipe-like passages that connects the cave and the swallow hole. So in Siberia it is known as ponors, and in France it is known as avents. Now let's talk about natural breach. Now, collapse of the roofs of the caves or disappearance of surface streams as subterranean stream. Like we can say there was a time when a groundwater flow used to happen from this region, and also due to that some doline or sinkhole happens and then cave formed, and afterward the collapse of those material bare this area and it the structure standed like a bridge, and afterward this thing will collapse down and this will be further named as stack or stamp, whatever. Now let's talk about the depositional features. Now dripstone is basically, the name came from dripping. So as you can imagine it, the calcareous deposits from dipping of water in dry caves it creates, and it is known as dripstone. Stalactites and stalagmite, these are the things which is hanging from the cave ceiling are known as stalactites, and exactly on the opposite of stalactites which is growing upwards is known as stalagmites. Now what is a cave pillar? Whenever these stalactites and stalagmites together forms a vertical column like or a pillar like structure, that is known as cave pillar. Now let's talk about how this topography affects on the human life. There are extremely valuable natural resources hosting a wide variety of often unique ecological niches. And obviously there will be cave and karst areas, and there will be some unique microbiological habitats which can be found in this area. And karst system acts as natural sinks for carbon dioxide, thus help to mitigate climate change. This is a huge thing that a karst topography does. And according to UNESCO, groundwater in karst aquifers represent the most significance as well as the safest source of drinking water. Actually attract the tourism in this area. So another is sinkhole fill up with water become ponds or lakes that we human do use. Various structures are made from limestones, such as you can see in these pictures. And here is a fun fact that I have gathered from various sources. Over 20% of the Earth's surface consists of karst terrains. Around 25% of the world's drinking water comes from karst aquifers. Over 100 million people work directly or indirectly in karst and cave tourism. Karst and caves host unique ecosystems, often restricted to single locations. Cave deposits are among the best natural archives for paleoenvironment and paleoclimatic studies. Over 50 karst and cave locations are already interested in the UNESCO World Natural Heritage list. Karst and caves are extremely vulnerable and their protection worldwide must be greatly enhanced. I hope you find this video informative. Thanks for watching it.